About 200 million children worldwide live with disabilities, or about 10% of all children and young people, according to the World Health Organization. Statistics like this remind us that living with disability is not unusual. However, because of the stigma associated with disability, parents and caregivers often hide a child with a disability, with the result that they are not known to schools or health and social services or even their communities. Moreover, the daily reality of life for children with disabilities and their families is frequently one of discrimination and exclusion. A child's ability is too often overlooked and hidden, and their potential is undeveloped, their needs given a low priority. Sadly, the barriers they face are more frequently a result of the environment in which they live rather than the result of a disability. It's for this reason that many governments have found it necessary to address the attitudes and practices of individuals, and indeed their society, so that children with disabilities can fully and equally participate in and contribute to the life of their community. 2.5 years later, many children who had previously been invisible have become active members of society, as youth advocates for inclusion, athletes, musicians, dancers, friends, students, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. By constantly demonstrating the abilities of children with disabilities, the It's About Ability campaign promoted a departure from the treatment of children with disabilities as objects of charity and passive recipients of medical and social protection. The campaign created opportunities for Montenegro's citizens to view children with disabilities as subjects with rights who are capable of claiming those rights and being active members of society. The campaign achieved immediate and significant results. An evaluation survey taken in December 2010 showed that the number of people who believed that children with disabilities should only live in special institutions almost halved. Also, people were more open than ever before to friendship with children with disabilities and inclusive classes. It's About Ability gave a human face, a child's face, to inclusion. Highlights of the campaign in the following year, 2011, included intergenerational dialogues on inclusion, special sessions on inclusion of national, municipal and school parliaments, summer camps on children's rights, participation of children with disabilities in the country's most prominent children and art festivals, sport events with the Special Olympics and the Football Association of Montenegro, 1-minute films made by children with disabilities, visits to embassies, opening inclusive play areas in schools, and launching the first child-friendly version of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities in Braille, audio and sign language in the Balkans. The It's About Ability campaign brought together a coalition of more than 100 partners, led by the government of Montenegro and UNICEF. The coalition included the associations of parents of children with disabilities, the Centre for Child Rights, many NGOs, the media, members of the private sector, the European Union, the Council of Europe, OSCE, the UN family and embassies. Most importantly, children with or without disabilities were powerful youth advocates for inclusion. It's About Ability has made clear that real progress is possible and that seemingly insurmountable obstacles can be overcome. A second evaluation survey at the end of 2011 showed that the campaign succeeded in raising public awareness that children with disabilities must have full enjoyment of all human rights on an equal basis with others. The evaluation survey indicated that more than 3/4 of Montenegro's citizens observed the campaign and significantly appreciated it, with every second citizen saying they learned something new from the campaign about children with disabilities. Critically, almost 1/4 of citizens stated that they had changed their behaviour towards children with disabilities as a result of the campaign, and regarded children with disabilities to be equally valuable members of society. In Montenegro, diversity and inclusion are now better understood as a resource, and children with disabilities are more likely to be given an opportunity to contribute to the life of their family, community and country as a result of the It's About Ability campaign.